Good YouTube? It's D1 with the Angry White Man, and today's video is about Shakur Stevenson picking Lamont Roach in the rematch of Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, said to be taking place June 21st in Las Vegas, probably at the T-Mobile Arena. And the reporters, I played the clip before this, the reporters asked him the question about it, and he's saying that he won 20 grand on a betting for Lamont Roach, and that Lamont Roach is the fighter that helped him get ready for Oscar Valdez fight, and he is picking Lamont Roach in the rematch. And I ain't got no beef with that, really. I think Tank Davis probably stops him in the rematch. Body around the 10th, but a lot of people were making reports on Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach rematch not happening because Lamont Roach wasn't happy. I know his father had said something, and they're making all these reports that Lamont Roach is going to pull out of the rematch. How can you pull out of a fight that hasn't yet been announced? I mean, we all got our little bits and pieces of information from different YouTube platforms who ultimately get it from Twitter. That's where all the news starts. Whether you're a respected Twitter page, whether you're a BS Twitter page, it doesn't matter. All the stories on Boxing Scene, they grab them from Twitter as well. It's like, I don't know who in their right mind would get some news off of Twitter and actually believe it. It's like, huh? I seen that tweet like 2 days ago. Now today you're writing a story on it and on Boxing Scene, or you're taking your respectable platform and acting like it's breaking news to somebody because you can cap to the YouTube audience, to the YouTube street audience. It's crazy to me. I genuinely think that Shakur Stevenson probably believes what he said, and that's the type of energy I want people to have, because I know the little guy from Baltimore was not focused in that first fight. There's no single way, and plus, talk to somebody close to the situation, and there's no way he was focused. Like, there's no way at all. And you can tell, you know what I mean? You just go back and look at the Frank Martin build-up, and the way he approached that build-up. He was in good spirits. 6-7 fight deal with Amazon Prime, in which I believe it. I believe he's got a 6-7 fight deal, $200 million with Amazon Prime. But I think it's more of a like an incentives deal, because Amazon Prime doesn't give PBC no money to put on shows. They don't got no big time budget with Amazon Prime. I think it's literally Jeff Bezos probably doing his buddy Al Heyman a favor and allowing him to stream the PBC events from their platform. I don't know how much they're like really working together. That's why PBC had to have a shitty year in 2023. They barely put on any fights. They had the Ryan Tank fight, but that was on Showtime. And it was literally 2023 was one of the best years we've ever had in boxing in my recent memory, and I've been around for this shit for like 3.5 decades. So I mean, 2024 was the bad year for PBC, and everybody who was anybody said that they were broke. And now we just got one free Sebastian Fundora card. Now we're going to get the Tim Tszyu card for free. The Lamont Roach Tank Davis pay-per-view probably earned them some money. I know everybody wanted to act like it was a failure or something, but I dropped a video on that and did the math, and it like totaled up to like $36 million that fight generated. So why is it so far-fetched to believe that Tank Davis gets $30 million per fight? Just because you guys see the guarantees, and I don't know where you guys get these guaranteed numbers from. There's never no reports on it. The PBC does not show their numbers, how much they're paying guys, how much they get. That doesn't happen. Neither does DAZN. I don't know where these sources and YouTube channels get all this information from, because believe me, I pay very close attention to what's going on in the sport. I kind of have to. I'm a content creator. I think people need content. Content creators need content all the time. Whether it's a big platform, a small platform, a medium-sized platform, it doesn't matter. Everybody needs content. So When boxing's going slow, we get fed these little bits of information by sources close to the situation, and I think it's all cap. And what else I think is cap is Shakur Stevenson saying Lamont Roach is going to win this fight. I don't see it, and he's saying that Tank Davis was the same dude. He don't care what he was going through or none of that. But when you're struggling in a fight, we're supposed to read DMs from your girl that you were giving to your girl, your shoulder, your hand. I think it was probably just Edwin De Los Santos got that. Shakur felt one of them joints on the arms. He was, oh no. I've never seen somebody turn their back and bolt on an opponent. But we all seen it there. And now Keyshawn Davis might be fighting Edwin De Los Santos. And that brings up something else that was in that interview. Shakur was saying, oh, he hopes he gets another belt, and then Keyshawn has 2 belts, and then they can both just be a double champ, and then one of them vacate, and Keyshawn's probably going to go up to 140 because he's bigger. So you guys want to try to block Undisputed or hold up the division because you guys are brothers? I mean, fake brothers, not even real brothers. I mean, they even tried to bring Abdullah Mason into the brotherhood of Shakur Stevenson. Seems like everybody that's a threat, that's up and coming, Shakur Stevenson's trying to make them his friend. And right when the fights get good for him on Top Rank, out to Eddie. It's like, what? And then I seen him on a Cigar Talk interview, and I also seen BFTB bring this up. Salute to BFTB. He's the Devin Haney guy. He's a great content creator. You know, whether you like him or not, that's not for me to decide. He says, Shakur Stevenson says the 140, him and Devin ship has sailed if Devin moved to welterweight, which Devin moved to 144, and then he's going to make the jump up to welterweight in the rematch versus Ryan. Shakur Stevenson says that ship has sailed unless Devin wants to come back to 140, and he knows Devin can't make that weight. So this whole time, you were never planning on fighting Devin. I'm sure Bill Haney drew up the play with the camera recording, or maybe he didn't. If that wasn't a orchestrated media thing, the camera, his homeboy recording Bill, that's crazy activity, man. Shakur Stevenson says one thing and does another all the time. I'm very, very big on person's words and actions meeting at some point in their lives and in their career. You can't tell me you're going to do one thing and then do the other thing every single time. It just doesn't equate to somebody like me. I need you to fight the way you talk. I mean, everybody does. That's why his stock is down. His hands are breaking every combination he throws. And that's why he hopes Lamont Roach wins that rematch. So maybe he can get a fight with Lamont Roach because he thinks in his head the triangle theory, Jamel Herring beat Roach, so I should be able to beat Roach. I sparred with him, so I should be able to beat Roach. I don't know, bro. In them 8-ounce gloves and his brittle hands, I'd probably be leaning towards Lamont in a Shakur Stevenson fight. I know that's going to piss you Shakur Stevenson guys. I'm going to be crying. Yeah, well, sorry, man. Lamont Roach is a dog. And the only reason he was competitive with somebody like Gervonta Tank Davis is because of how well he knew him. And Tank Davis going through his out of the ring, wanting to leave the sport. But now you awoke a sleeping giant. So please, everybody that's picking Lamont Roach, keep picking Lamont Roach. So when the little guy proves you guys wrong, what are you guys going to say then? Does Tank get credit for Lamont Roach if he knocks him out or just even beats him? Or are you guys going to try to act like Lamont Roach won that fight too because he had 4 competitive rounds? He won 4 rounds in the first fight. Like, that's all you can give to him. And let's not forget, I was like Shakur Stevenson and told everybody that would come to my channel or listen to my opinion and listen to my words, or words that I typed in somebody else's chat. I'd be in all the top dogs chats. So I told everybody Lamont Roach is a dog. And he's got a very good chance to be competitive in this fight as well. Like, I don't put it past Lamont to even win the fight, but I think Tank Davis focused is a different animal. I think he can really fight. And so does everybody else. You guys know it too. He's got a big, deep bag. He can fucking do many different things. But now I hear all he's got is a left hand and he is a hype job. Like, you guys can't be serious. Trying to act like Terrence Crawford's pound for pound rankings weren't valid because you seen the Roach fight. Lamont Roach can fight way better than you fucking guys give credit for. Way better. He's a way bigger dog. I would pick him against Shakur Stevenson. Him and Keyshawn is close to a 50-50 fight. The only reason I would lean towards Keyshawn is because he's got some crack on him too. I think Keyshawn's the real thing. I think Shakur Stevenson, if anybody, was the match-made hype job fighter. I don't know how you guys rank Shakur Stevenson like he's on these mythical, magical levels of skill. He's the only person that says that. And his fan base. I mean, I haven't seen it. He's got some skill and he can leap back a half a step and land right in fighting position, and that fucking matters. But that's the only real elite quality I've seen Shakur Stevenson with. And with those brutal hands, fighting somebody like Tank Davis or Lamont Roach, you punch them in the head in the first round. Your hand breaks. What then? What are you going to do then? You think you're going to beat Lamont Roach or Tank Davis with a jab the same way he beat Edwin De Los Santos? You think them two guys are going to keep their hands in their pocket like Edwin De Los Santos did? And I had word on that fight. I talked to somebody close to Edwin De Los Santos' situation, and he was injured in that fight, just like Shakur was. But the thing is, Edwin De Los Santos didn't have DMs to his girls saying, my tummy hurts, I didn't feel good, my shoulder, here's my MRI for my shoulder, and lied to the guy about what was really wrong with you. Like, this shit's just corny as hell, man. I got Tank Davis in the rematch. I don't put it past Lamont to be super competitive. He could definitely win. Just make sure you guys keep betting and keep picking Lamont Roach. So when Tank Davis does what Tank Davis does, he'll finally get some credit for a top-notch opponent. I think Tank has fought Barrios, Ryan Garcia. You guys want to throw that out because of whatever. Barrios, Garcia. Hector Garcia was a good win, if you ask me. I'm not mad at a little guy that fights at 135 because that's where his A-side can place him. I'm not mad at that. I watched Hector Garcia beat the two guys he beat right in a row. Like, I give Tank Davis credit for Leo Santa Cruz, that's a 4-division champion and a certain Hall of Famer. Sparked him out. Knockout of the year. Little Pitbull Cruz, tough fight for any man. I don't care. Ryo outboxed him. I don't care what you guys say. That's a Styles thing. Like, that's why we got to see all these guys fight. We can't play triangle theories and Styles make fights. We need to see Tank Davis mix it up with Shakur, Keyshawn, Lamont again. Devin Haney I would love to see, but I think that they're growing too far apart in weight, so they can never fight. But it don't change the fact that Shakur Stevenson was never going to fight that kid. Never, ever. I think that was a drawn-up play. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, or hate, or do whatever it is you goofy boxing fans do. Till the next time. Peace.